GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
The time has come to set the championship field in the 2017 Great American Conference Volleyball Championships. Hello, friends. I'm Paul Smith. Joey McWilliams and Michael Westbrook will be along momentarily. Well, we already know who one of the teams who will be competing on Championship Saturday is. That'll be Harding. They advanced 3-0 over Oklahoma Baptist. Now the work begins of finding out who their dance partner will be. Will it be the 5th seed, Southern Nazarene, or will it be the undefeated regular season champion, Arkansas Tech? To answer these questions, we'll send it courtside. Joey, Michael, the call is yours.
Well, it's a cool evening here in Hot Springs. It's a little cool inside the Bank of the Ozarks Arena, but it's about to warm up because we have two very good teams ready to get things underway for our second semifinal match of the 2017 edition of the Great American Conference Tournament. As Paul mentioned, top-seeded Arkansas Tech, 33-0 now, and continuing what has been a dominating run, not only through the GAC, through the regular season, and it continues in the postseason.
Yeah, it's cold in here now, but what type of weather's going to show up? The Golden Suns or the Crimson Storm? We'll have to find out.
Well, you look and see the Crimson Storm right now in the foreground wearing the white shirts, and the Golden Suns wearing the green and gold jerseys as well. A matchup of number 1 versus number 5 seeding-wise. You know, one of the things I find interesting about these two teams, their head coaches are really veterans in the conference, veterans overall. As we look at Coach Christy Meyer, she is the Arkansas Tech head coach in her 14th season this year, and done nothing short of led her team to a spotless record at 33-0. 13 consecutive seasons with winning records. On the other side of the net, you have an opportunity to look at Coach Kevin Ingram, who is the Southern Nazarene head coach. Well, he's in his 17th season at the helm of Southern Nazarene. And Michael, these two coaches at the start of this year, as we are underway now here in the Bank of the Ozarks Arena, these two coaches had identical win totals of 329 apiece. So it's fitting that they should meet in the conference tournament.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Coach Ingram was very serious earlier. He took a moment to smile whenever some of his players were interviewed during our first semifinal match where Oklahoma Baptist and Harding met up, but he was intently watching that match with the anticipation of playing one of them tomorrow. But of course, he's got to get through this undefeated team first, Arkansas Tech, and they're going to play quick. At least we anticipate that they will. That's what they did against Southeastern. They're okay with trading points here and there. They want to just keep the pace going and get as much offense as they can, as quick as they can.
Well, and that is in fact a part of the game plan for Southern Nazarene. You mentioned right here going up, the defense there, the ball never actually got across the net, as Megan Ellis not able to get that one across. So serving continues now for Madison Nagel and the Arkansas Tech Golden Suns. Suns on top by 3 and off the head of Amanda Milnick. You know, she's a conference player of the year, and she gets it done in any way possible, even off her forehead.
Absolutely. Her teammates kind of turned and looked at her with a smile there. It did not stay in, though, so not quite.
Starters on the court right now led by Southern Nazarene's Megan Ellis, who is serving now for the Crimson Storm. Also, McKenna Hunter, Bailey Terang, Michaela Benner, Kylie Smith, Kayla Thomas, and Elise Berlin. And another point for the Golden Suns, whose starters look like this: Hunter Eschner, Meredith Darnell, Greer Rogers, Amanda Milnick, Tabitha Spray, Lexi Johnston, and Madison Nagel. As Spray now to serve for the Golden Suns, who lead this one 4-1. A very good set for Michaela Benner, who's playing a little bit of a different role now for Southern Nazarene. She'd been in the middle her 3 previous years at Southern Nazarene, and she'd been on the outside. They've got her in the middle now.
Yeah, a little bit of an adjustment for her to make, but a senior veteran player on this team from a good program, Norman North, and she can adjust. She's done well.
Well, and the biggest thing is, I mean, this is a team now in Southern Nazarene that is peaking at the right time. As ball coming our direction. Nice catch, Michael. One of the biggest things that Coach Kevin Ingram has had to work with is his team making adjustments over the year in more than one area. They've just got Benner back about 3 weeks ago from surgery, and so they've had to find a way to get her in, and moving her around a little bit, playing a new position has helped out. And now the Crimson Storm within 1 point as well. Michael, if you have a player that's going to fill a big role on your team, but you don't have that player for the bulk of the year, you have to find a way to use them at some point in time. This is her final year of eligibility anyway around.
Right, well, this is a good time to use her then. Semifinals of the conference tournament. And, yeah, she'll have to be a big part of the success today for Southern Nazarene if they're going to hang in with this team. By the way, thank you. We're tied at 1 apiece now on our catches that we've made throughout the tournament. So,
Hey, we're a team. Have to catch one another's back.
That's right.
Johnson service now, and that one, I believe, hit the antenna. Indeed, so Johnson will get another opportunity to serve. Good attempt by Thomas there. Thomas, a freshman from New Braunfels, Texas. Instead, they go Terang's direction this time. Bailey Terang, big key to the win yesterday against Northwestern, and getting that across for the Crimson Storm. Kylie Smith gets that over.
Well, now we're going to see Terang serve. This was a big area for her yesterday. She's so powerful serving with the jump serve, and see what she does here early on. See if she can catch her team back up.
Pure and simple, she's athletic, and Milnick, I believe, went into the net. In fact, she did. So point Southern Nazarene.
Well, that serve received there from, I believe that was Eschner, and didn't quite control it the way she wanted to.
Terang again, Nagel this time trying to get things together. And the attack goes wide that time for Greer Rogers, a sophomore from Fort Smith.
Well, Arkansas Tech's got to decide who's going to come up with that ball. Saw 2 players almost collide with each other. Back-to-back possessions here. Tech's been a little bit out of sync.
Milnick decides to take things into her own hands.
I think that was the right move there, too, because, again, it's coming hard off of Eschner on the serve. It was right there at the net for her. Why not?
Looked like that she did catch the Southern Nazarene defense a little off guard, too. They were expecting her to set. She is the conference setter of the year as well as the overall GAC player of the year. Dual individual awards there. Point to Southern Nazarene now.
Madison Nagel's going to have her work cut out for her in this one. At least it seems that way in the early going. Southern Nazarene's hitting the ball hard.
They really are. But you look at what's happening right here, and this is an Arkansas Tech pace to this game because of how quickly things are going. That is a big part of what Coach Kevin Ingram said that his team needed to do. They needed to slow it down a little bit. First contact would be important, and to do what they could to play solid defense and to get Tech out of system. And to do that, you're going to have to play a few long rallies. And right now, we have not seen that here in this first set.
No, we haven't. How about Allie Anderson gets that kill a moment ago? That's a player that Coach Byer mentioned yesterday when she was talking to Paul, just a sophomore, and she specifically mentioned her by name, was impressed with the way she played in the quarterfinals. So that's someone to watch today as well. She just took a seat after that point, though.
Rogers attack, as that time it was Ellis trying to keep it inbounds and get it back to her team. Couldn't work around that antenna. So Tech now on top by 2.
Yeah, Ellis, a freshman, a little bit of a shaky start for her. It's a big game for her, but that was not her fault. Just she did what she could to try to get that one.
And that was a fantastic job by Smith that time. She directed traffic. Her first touch of the ball, she sent it over herself. Then she sets up her teammate. Smith doing a good job as the setter so far for Southern Nazarene. This first set, her team trailing by only 1. This time it's Eschner, places it. And Smith puts that out. So Tech back on top by 2 now. Pressure really has not come off Tech at all, even with a win in the quarterfinals to move into this semifinal match against Southern Nazarene today. Quite simply because the undefeated season remains intact.
Yeah, that's right, 33-0, 8th ranked team in the nation right now, but as we've documented, 10th ranked in the region. So in order to continue on into postseason play, to keep that undefeated season alive, they've got to get through this one and then the one tomorrow as well. And so it's been a couple of years since Tech has been able to claim the championship. Southern Nazarene winning last year in straight sets, in fact, in all 3 of their matches. Southwestern the year before. So, yeah, for Tech and their success, you'd call that a drought.
Yes, that's true. Smith to Benner. Benner, I don't know if she mishandled that a little bit. It's going to set things up for Eschner, and Tech sends it the other direction. Well, we saw Tech dispatch Southeastern in the quarterfinals yesterday in just more than an hour. It was an amazingly quick pace to the game. And that's what works in their favor. This is a high-powered offense. And even with that having been said, it's quality defense as well. Can play strong at the net. That time a good job by Southern Nazarene to get the point, puts it back in Benner's hands to, or excuse me, Berlin's hands to serve.
It was a fast-paced game, but don't be fooled. Southeastern scored some points, 25-21. 25-18 and 25-18. Like we said, Arkansas Tech's not worried if they give up a point or 2 here and there. They know they've got the offensive firepower to get it right back and to get it back in a hurry.
Eschner that time. Nice dig by Southern Nazarene. It's Terrain going long. And Eschner again. Well, we talked about the longer volleys seeming to better serve Southern Nazarene. I still think that's the case, but Tech says, no, we'll take this one.
Well, yeah, I would think so as well, but, you know,
you have
33-0.
Well, yeah, 33-0. I mean, how many situations favor the opposition against 33-0? You have to go with your strengths. And we saw a Southern Nazarene team play some quality defense last night against Northwestern, against a very athletic team.
Yeah.
And to go ahead and take it on through in 4 sets.
Tell you what, that last play there, Southern Nazarene got a little bit lucky. That came off the arm of Ellis at a little bit of a bad angle, but caught a break as we see it again. Thomas able to finish it off.
Thomas there that time as well.
Yeah, you're seeing Southern Nazarene, you know, their setters trying to make something happen. They might have to do that a time or 2 to catch Arkansas Tech off guard.
Well, Milnick certainly did it a while ago. And just when it looked like Southern Nazarene was going to catch a break, players run into one another. You get Thomas going up and sending it through well. Unfortunately for Southern Nazarene, she was in the net, so Tech on top now by 3. And the serve back into the hands of the GAC Freshman of the Year, Lexi Johnston, freshman from Nixa, Missouri.
We had a ball on the court. Whistle there to stop play. One way to slow it down.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Michael.
Not that they were meaning to.
Well, and You know, you might say they were meaning to if Southern Nazarene had serve.
Right.
Didn't have the serve. It was on Tech's side, and still pace slowed down a little bit, but the point did not.
Saw an early glimpse of the celebrations there from Southern Nazarene. I have a feeling you'll see a little bit more of that before this one is over. That's about as perfect as you could make it work. A hard return, bouncing off of Eschner, but it went right at the net. Set it up well for Arkansas Tech to finish off that point. And what that does is now Bailey Terang only gets one serve for Southern Nazarene. So they need her serving if they're going to have a chance.
Allie Anderson, the sophomore from Bryant, Arkansas. That was her third kill of the evening, and she's hitting .333 right now. Anderson, 3 kills, the 1 error. She's had 6 attacks, and we haven't seen that much of Johnson just yet. We'll see how this plays out as Southern Nazarene calls a timeout. Down 4 right now. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Little Chicago going on here in the Bank of the Ozarks Arena. 25 or 6-4. I think the teams are going to try to get to 25. I think they're not going to try to stop at that 24 mark. Tech ahead by 4 right now, 17-13 over the Crimson Storm as Amanda Milnick set to serve. We were saying going into the break, I've not seen that much from Lexi Johnston yet tonight. Really haven't needed to, as Allie Anderson, like she might have been in the net, but the point goes to Tech. Might have been one of the Crimson Storm players in the net as well. You know, Michael, as Lexi Johnson, 2 kills and 3 attempts tonight. She's hitting .667. Matched by Hunter Eschner's hitting .667 as well. Hers is 4 kills and 6 attempts. Milnick can't get that one inside the antenna, and it'll be a Storm point.
No, you know, they've got so much offensive firepower on this team, led by a couple of seniors. And defensively, Madison Nagel has done a great job for this team. But you look out there, and it's freshmen, sophomores, and yeah, they may not need her much tonight if you keep going at this pace. Here comes another underclassman, Meredith Darnell, a sophomore.
Started tonight here in the first set for Arkansas Tech. And just how deep does this bench go? And we've not seen
all the way
full
to Italy. That's
all
how
the
far
way to
they
Italy.
go.
Yeah, we do want to talk about the trip to Italy a little bit later on, because that may have been one of the key factors. I think it was one of the key factors for Tech's run this year, as Southern Nazarene is using its second time out here in the first set. As we keep it right here for just a moment and talk a little bit about what we're going to be seeing on the GAC Sports Network, Michael, in a couple weeks.
Hey, we're excited about it. Paul will be there with us. You will be there, and I will be there to bring you the play-by-play of Pittsburgh State and Arkansas Tech and the Agent Barry Live United Bowl in Texarkana, Arkansas. This was a couple of days ago. Alan Brown made the big announcement. They do it first class with the bowl committee. They bring both the teams in. They go to the state line of Arkansas and Texas, take the big picture, and bring everybody in for a big celebration. Pittsburgh State Gorillas and the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, December 2nd at high noon at Razorback Stadium in Texarkana, Arkansas. And let me say a big thank you to a couple of my students, Lakin Latch, Cameron Lumpkin, and Logan Miller. They got all of the footage from the press conference and sent it to us to make sure we could promo that here for you during our volleyball coverage.
should be a fun afternoon, and hoping for clear skies and a sunny day with a noon kickoff.
Well,
first Saturday in December.
You know, we don't often keep our records, but we're 2-2 in the bowl game, and 2 years of good weather, 2 years of bad weather. So, hey, we always end up 500. You know, on our broadcast, we always have a team win and lose, and we're 500 there right now.
More random stats here on the GAC Sports Network. Well, Tech inching closer here in the first set. With this rally going a little bit longer, it's Eschner now. Did it hit the antenna? It did, but it went out and off Southern Nazarene. Went around. So it went over and then out. This Tech is now up by a touchdown.
See it again right here. Good call.
Dig by Darnell. Powerful hit that time by Spray. And you know, she had a great outing last night against Southeastern. One of those players, and you know, you start thinking about who you're going to really key on if you have an opportunity. Is it going to be Eschner? Is it going to be Johnston, who's really come onto the scene? And let's look away that time by Smith. Rally continues, and it's sent home by McKenna Hunter. Back to Tech, though. I mean, there's so many offensive weapons, and number 12, her number, excuse me, came into part of the scouting then from her performance recently and as most recently as last night.
6 kills, 3 digs, 5 blocks. Big part of that one.
Smith gets the ace. Another part of the Southern Nazarene strategy this evening. And interesting talking to both coaches, but the aggressive service is what they want to see. Good job by Benner. Benner and Hunter both going up that time, still in play.
Missed time jump there. They got in place, they slid over. I'm learning how to talk. And just missed time the jump.
Well, and it was a good job by Eschner, too. By the way, Michael, sometimes words are hard. But
they are, I know.
It was a good job by Eschner, really, on the delay, and then just direct it where she wanted it to go.
Got to get Ellis back involved for Southern Nazarene.
Benner will take that one. So you push that one to the corner. Nagel just can't quite get there in time. Well, Ellis with an opportunity. Michael, you called for her. She's going to see what she can do from service here. Johnston found the gap.
That's tough to stop. .414 hitting percentage during the regular season. First in the Great American Conference.
And there was no one else that was even above 380.
Wow.
Well, these volleyballs have been coming our direction in this match tonight. As Spray will take a seat, and coming in, Marissa Drevenok.
Yeah, but only if the cameras could have caught the one of you making your catch as you leaned back.
Telling you, full extension. And for me, that's really not that much. Short arms. Out, and Tech will get the point. And the set. 25-18, Arkansas Tech wins set number 1 here in this second semifinal match tonight. Back in a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew Arkansas Tech had an impressive history,
but I didn't know that my professors would look out for my future.
I knew I'd be throwing fastballs on the field, but I didn't know I'd be on the fast track to physical therapy school.
I knew my art professors had years of experience, but I didn't know that I would get real-world experience before graduation.
I knew Tech was close to home, but I didn't know it would feel like home.
Tech has one of the highest graduation rates in the state. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Please. Oh.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
When I set out to explore my future, I encountered many paths. I looked for a university that would prepare me for a successful career. A place to get rooted in an actively involved community. And find friends who would help shape my future. The decision was clear. Arkansas Tech University, the natural choice.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
Southern Nazarene made a little noise in the first set, as you saw Megan Ellis with the kill, but it was too much Arkansas Tech, hitting 389 in set number one. You know, Michael, when you hit 194 as Southern Nazarene did in the first set, you think that's okay, and often that can win you a set. When your 194 has been doubled, literally doubled,
yep.
There's not much you can do about that.
Well, there's not, and look who they're led by. Hunter Eschner, 6 kills. You know, I said yesterday that this is a former player of the year in the Great American Conference, and with all the talent that she has around her, she could have a quiet performance, and it could turn out to be a really good one. I was a day early when I said that. She's having that now. At least it seems like it's kind of quiet. I don't know, but 6 kills, no errors, hitting 600 in the first set.
It's becoming less quiet as the match goes on. Tabitha Spray gets things started for Arkansas Tech here in set number 2.
And so her 6th kill, no errors either.
And she's done it in one less attack too. Gives her a little bit higher hitting percentage there. They'll talk about that, I'm sure, at the break.
Well, you've got 3 at 600 or higher right now, so.
Shifting around, Tech on defense now. The move over, Eschner. Give her another kill.
Yeah, and again, I had a little bit of my view blocked, but it looked like a mistimed jump there from McKenna Hunter. I don't know if that's something that Arkansas Tech is doing to catch them off guard, or if they're just not quite in position where they need to be.
Well, I'm going to give more credit to Eschner that time and seeing the defense coming up, and she adjusted with her hit like she'd done in the first set. And Benner says, nope, we're not going to be shut out here. Sends that one through with authority.
Hey, just hold on one of those. See if you can make some sort of connection, but too strong.
Michaela Benner with no errors on the evening as well. And she's now has 3 kills, hitting .429 for her team. Ellis to serve. That one sent back. Well, the defense was there for the first one. The second one, not so much. And Tech will come up with another point here. Allie Anderson coming in, replacing Darnell. Benner looked like she might get it back. Instead, it's Terang. And Terang with the kill. Bailey Terang now with her 4th kill of the evening, no errors. Brings up the senior now, Elise Berlin.
Arkansas Tech's Milnick in the net that last time.
Milnick with a long cross-court set, and Anderson takes it home.
Wow.
Well, she made up for that very quickly, and again, the pace favoring Arkansas Tech.
And pinpoint accuracy from this near side where we're at to go all the way across into that corner. That's tough to do.
They went from one side of the court to the other and then very quickly back to the original side. Adjustment that time by Thomas. She and Benner there in defense once again. Smith finds Benner. And other direction, Thomas on the block.
And that's really big right there. I know it's early in this set, but we have seen Tech is just going to keep charging ahead, come at you time and time again. If you get one of those big blocks right there and slow them down, maybe pull a little bit of the momentum back to your side, see how it goes for Southern Nazarene.
Milnick puts that in and uses the length of the court to do it.
Did she get a tape measure out before the match and measure off that little square back there in the corner? Wow.
Court awareness. Court awareness. You know, we use that phrase often in basketball, but I think it was just on display right there in volleyball. Maybe not so much on the serve. Milnick as well.
Well, she's third in the Great American Conference in service aces per set. Fifth in total service aces with 37. So take a few of those mistakes with what she does so well.
Same play. Milnick across court set. And the result ultimately is the same.
Yeah, and I don't see her going away from it, right? I mean, it's working. Tech's got a lead again. Second set, might as well continue to hammer away right there. It was too much for Elise Berlin to handle.
Kill was by Tabitha Spray. Her 7th kill of the evening. It's taken back the other direction.
Darnell's had a few come her way that she's just kind of been flat-footed and just kind of taking a step back afterwards and realized that there wasn't much of a chance there.
Kayla Thomas in serve after her kill. Eschner sends that one wide. Wow.
Rare miss.
No, that was it. Hit in play. I thought it was wide, but apparently it did hit in.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And that hits in.
Yeah, so for Eschner, 8 kills, no errors still.
And
oh, yeah.
Just on the line. Appreciate the replay there as well. Our angle just a little bit different from our seated position, court side here. Crimson Storm will get that point.
I said it earlier, Southern Nazarene really swinging hard. They're still doing that. McKenna Hunter that time getting it past Nagel. I know we talked about fans liking matches that, you know, takes a while for a point to develop, a long rally. Maybe takes a while to find a winner, but I think fans like this one as well. This is fast-paced, a lot of offense.
There's really not a lot of downtime in this either. I mean, it's not so much just the pace of play on the court, but I mean, they'll go right back. Everyone's ready to serve again. I mean, this is no Major League Baseball game, that's for sure.
If Terrain can get points like that for Southern Nazarene, they can be successful. I mean, that's an attack from the back row. Deflects off the blockers there. She hits the ball so hard, serving wherever she's at on the court.
And Johnston's attack sent right back. The defense for Southern Nazarene stepping up now, trailed by just a point.
Yeah, how about Hunter and Terang? Another big block there.
Eschner should have let that go, and she knew it. And Berlin should have let that one go. Instead it goes out, so point Tech.
Eschner hitting 600, Spray hitting 700, Johnston 429, Anderson 375. They're hitting 412 as a team right now for the match.
Well, service error that time by Hunter Eschner. She has 9 kills, 15 attempts, no errors. Melnick has it blocked back. And I believe that was Thomas once again.
Third block for Southern Nazarene now.
Goes out. A few unforced errors in this second set for either side. Trang will get it back after the serve receive, and she'll get a point for her team. And this one's knotted up at 11. Ones across the board. Of course, the one set in favor of Tech. Suppose that's fair. They are the 1 seed.
You know, a minute ago, Joey.
Smith. And Melnick can't bring it back in, so Southern Nazarene has a 1-point lead now.
A little bit earlier, we were talking about Arkansas Tech getting to go to Italy over the summer. Our very own Paul Smith made that trip. He's joining us here on Headset now, and wanted to discuss that because, first of all, I'm jealous. I think we both were, but Paul, tell us a little bit about that and how you felt like maybe it brought the team together a little bit.
Well, it was a tremendous opportunity, really, Michael, for the team to come together during a time when teams aren't practicing. It's in the middle of summer. They got a chance to get together, practice prior to the trip, make the trip, go play 3 international teams. Golden Suns won all 3 matches. And, you know, really it was a great educational experience, a great opportunity to play some teams that you'd never have another chance to play, see some amazing sights. It was quite the experience. I think the benefits are just immense when you look at what they meant to the team.
Well, I know Katie Huff, a graduate assistant now, former player, got to get out there and play a little bit more. And, you know, for the current players, that was probably cool for them to get to play with their former teammate one final time.
It had to be, and, you know, that was that happened out of necessity. We went short of middle blocker, so Katie was pressed back into action, but she definitely acquitted herself too well. There wasn't much rust there.
Paul, talk about one other thing, too. You were talking about getting the opportunity to play when most teams don't have an opportunity to play. As Southern Nazarene's going to get another service ace here. It's going to get a timeout, draw a timeout from Coach Christy Beyer with Tech trailing by 3. We'll address that here in just a moment. Take this timeout with him on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after
No, it's fine.
We are on a
I'm glad you.
I figured if we don't get in the second.
Still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
I chose SAU because SAU has a very small hometown family feel where every faculty and staff member is willing to help you in any way that they can.
I chose SAU because it helps me develop tight-knit relationships amongst my teammates in the residence halls and with my peers.
I chose SAU because before I flew here from Malaysia, I felt welcomed by the SAU staff and faculty.
I chose SAU because the engineering department has strong industry support that provides internships and jobs after graduation.
Well, Coach Christy Beyer took the time out there to slow things down just a little bit and redirect her team. Trailing by 3 points here in the second set. The Golden Suns have 1 set to their credit already here in their second semifinal match as we bring Paul Smith back into the conversation talking about the trip to Italy for Arkansas Tech and really what that meant to the team. My question for you then, Paul, I mean, you're getting, in essence, free practices, free games, that you can have only so many of that with the NCAA, and well, what an added bonus over the summer.
It absolutely is. I mean, there's a lot to be gained in regular practices, but there's something to be said for getting out there and playing outside competition. It was just, you know, an opportunity for some players who may not have gotten the reps that they're getting this year to get out there and actually get some game experience in a venue that the other teams in the league weren't.
You know, I would compare something like that to a football team getting to play in a bowl game. You know, there's so many practices you get during the course of a year. A coach gets an extra 8 to 10 practices prior to a bowl game where you get to get some, maybe even some younger players, some rep times as well.
Absolutely, and I think we saw a lot of that when the team was traveling internationally. It was just a great experience for all those players to get some court time, you know, in addition to the great experience that going to Europe was.
Well, in the meantime, Arkansas Tech, they've been back from Italy for a while, but it's Southern Nazarene that really is throwing this thing in their favor. The direction has changed.
Joey, back-to-back kills from Megan Ellis as well. So that freshman out there I was talking about earlier, got to get her going for Southern Nazarene to have a chance. And, well, she's been playing well this second set.
How will Tech deal with the adversity of this second set? As Meredith Darnell serves this time. Berlin in serve receive. Thomas and Berlin once again.
Well, I'd venture to guess there have been very few times where they have been down. Of course, they've lost a few sets, and I say a few because that's about what it was for Tech this year, but this is their largest deficit here in the tournament so far.
Well, the challenge card has been brought out, and all 6 players on the court for Southern Nazarene said that ball was touched prior to it going out. Now, the point was awarded to Arkansas Tech, so we'll have an opportunity then to watch this and see if one of the Arkansas Tech players touched the ball prior to it going long. Coach Kevin Ingram with the challenge.
We talk about using a challenge sometimes to slow down the momentum. Not exactly what Coach Ingram wants here. He doesn't want to lose the momentum, but if he can get the point, that's what he's hoping for, obviously. But it does allow Tech a chance to regroup and refocus. And we got another close one again here, Joey, so I'm not going to say anything. I don't know.
Boy, it is tough. And you might think that if it hit a player's finger with enough authority, it might bend that finger back. If it just grazes a finger, it may not. So may have a better view of it from this angle.
Well, then there you got the antenna.
You got the depth. Looked like it might have gone by, but depth, I don't know which one it would have hit if it had. So we await the official word now. Again, the challenge would be to see if it hit a Tech player's hands, and the ruling on the court is upheld.
Yes, yeah,
so Tech will get the point, and then of course the serve.
Well, so that's probably worst case scenario for Southern Nazarene. Slows the momentum down, they don't get the challenge. Tech, let's see how they react to this. Again, chance for them to catch their breath. Well, there you go.
Well, and now the opportunity then for Southern Nazarene to start thinking. I think when you're playing against a team as solid as what Arkansas Tech is, Michael, and you start playing well, it becomes, well, it's a reaction. You play the way you're taught, and you start playing well. Once you start thinking again, then things may start going the other direction. I think Thomas thought about that too much on the prior opportunity, but Ellis has changed it back, another 3-point lead for Southern Nazarene. Back to Tech, Spray. Her 8th kill.
Berlin, the senior for Southern Nazarene, not on the bench long, just that one play, she's back in.
And Spray from deep. And that one hits the net, so still a 3-point advantage for the Storm. Smith's serve was taken low. But Tech quickly back with the point. And now the two teams are trading points. Still in favor of Southern Nazarene, though, at this point in the set. Like that was 4.
Yeah.
I think it may have been a double anyway. Well, Southern Nazarene calls the timeout now to slow things down and think about it for just a moment as it's just a 1-point game right now, and for Tech's purposes, they have to go on at least some kind of little mini run to get 2 or 3 points in a row. There's 2. They trail by only 1.
Well, it was 17-14 at the challenge, and so 4 of the last 6 points going to Arkansas Tech now, and that makes it 19-18. And yeah, I mean, they're right back in it again, a chance to potentially go up 2 sets to none. And you know, I wouldn't expect anything less here from Arkansas Tech at 33-0 to, first of all, not go away quietly here in the second set.
Michael is in.
I'll get to the second part later when I think of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did say first of all, didn't
yes.
I? Kind of indicates there might be something else.
We've enumerated. So now you have to have that second point. Words are hard. Well, no, what I was going to say was, as you left it off there at the 33-0, it just doesn't get any easier for Tech. It really doesn't.
Right.
We talked about this yesterday, talking with Coach Byer. I mean, you win 4 games in a tournament or a festival, well, that's good. You win 8 games, well, that's good. You win 12 games, 14 games, well, that's a nice preseason. You start winning games and keep on winning games into the conference schedule, and it starts to creep in. Wait a minute, this is real. And the more real it gets, then the pressure comes with that as well.
Yeah, but you know, of course, we haven't had a chance to talk to too many of the athletes, but I don't see them worried about that pressure. It doesn't seem like it.
No, Johnson used her head to get that one back over the net. Johnston, and that time the block with her hands. I'll tell you what, these teams are going all out.
Well, I think I saw Bailey Terang there say, my fault, but, you know, I don't know. I mean, what more could she do? It's a strong swing from the back row there, and just, you know, when you're going up against a player like that and Lexi Johnson at 6'1", what can you do?
It's a very strong 6'1", too. Miscommunication that time, and Milnick tipped it to no one in particular. So Southern Nazarene back on top by 1. We talk about tweets and Facebook and all these other things. Social media abounds. As Johnston once, twice, will she get another opportunity? Won't have the block there. Milnick sets it cross court, and Eschner doesn't get it across the net. Southern Nazarene back on top by 2.
I don't know if Eschner's timing was off there a bit. She had her teammate Darnell right next to her, and it was a tough angle anyways.
We'll get to the social media here in just a moment as Southern Nazarene now threatening to take second set here. Tap by Johnston. Nice dig by Berlin. And Terang sends it home. And Christy Byer will use her second timeout here in this second set. 22-19. Southern Nazarene takes set number 2. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
I knew engineering would be a challenge, but that hasn't stopped me. Here, I could create a new organization and networking opportunities for women in STEM fields. At Arkansas Tech, I'm more than just a student. My name is Emily Torrialba, and I am a trailblazer.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Southern Nazarene just 3 points away here in this second set from evening things up in our second semifinal match tonight. Facing the number 8 team in the country, it's number 8 with the ball. As Megan Ellis will serve. Nice dig again by Berlin. Here's Terang. Defense holds. come from way back to keep that alive. Milnick. And eventually it's Johnston to take it on through. The longer that went on and the more that Tech found itself on its heels, looked like it would have been the Storm's point.
Well, and sometimes in those moments, in those points, you just play till somebody makes a mistake. And, you know, they kept attacking from the back row, eventually got one right at the net. It was easy for Tech at that point.
And you know, Michael, that actually was what I was going to say. So many attacks from the back row for Southern Nazarene. Terrain once again now.
I don't know what that celebration was, but everybody fell over. I know that. Maybe that was the bowling one. I'm not sure.
Milnick to Johnson, and Berlin, who served it, saved that one. Nowhere really to go that time for Ellis. But the set deep for Tech. Now here's an opportunity. Push to the corner, and Smith gets her team to within one.
Pass
the
was
second
off,
set.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. Pass was offline there. That set that up, gave Southern Nazarene a chance for sure.
Berlin to serve, set point. There's Benner. Smith saves it. Now Milnick. Anderson.
How about Berlin? 2 times in a row, just do my job and get out of the way.
This one is going to be a very important point for either side. Tech stays alive in this set and now has the serve.
Yeah, but remember, you said those longer rallies kind of favor Southern Nazarene. Tech's not used to having to do that, so it's still set point at this point, even though Southern Nazarene lost that one.
Johnston just gets it into play. Benner puts it over and in. Southern Nazarene takes set number 2, and we're knotted up here in Hot Springs. Our second semifinal match is tied at 1 set apiece as we are about to head to the third member of our crew, Paul Smith, and his interview with the winning coach from our first semifinal.
Thank you, Joey. I'm here with Coach Meredith Fear from Harding. Congratulations on an outstanding win today over Oklahoma Baptist.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a great match, and I think that was the toughest 3-0 win that we've ever gotten. I mean, a lot of times 3-0, you look like a team's dominated, but Baptist played so well, and we're really, really glad to get a 3-0 here.
One of the things we talked about yesterday was your team's offensive efficiency, and that seems like it really carried. Hit 352 as a team. I was looking, you've hit 200 or better in 11 of your last 12 matches. It seems like really offense is clicking for you right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And your offense is also so dependent on your pass and being in system and being able to go dig to kill as well. And your setter, you need all pieces to get that efficiency. You don't necessarily need all pieces to get kills if you have big hitters, that can just swing hard. But to have efficiency like that and to be able to spread the ball well like we did, you got to have everything. You got to have the pass, you got to have the setter, you got to have the hitters.
These were 2 of the best blocking teams in the GAC. You had 5, they had 1. Was that a bit of a surprise to you?
Yes and no. I mean, that was a big part of our game plan was, trying to avoid that. And then again, a testament to the whole team. Again, with the efficiency, you're able to get splits in the block and get around them when you have options. When you're stuck in one direction or you're very predictable, it's easy for the block to get out there and be closed. And but our hitters did a great job with vision. We had great coverage where even when they got some touches, they weren't scoring on it. So there was a lot of different pieces there on containing their block.
Your team has a chance to play tomorrow for the conference championship. How are they feeling this evening?
We feel great. We feel really good. It's been since 2013 that we've been to the championship, which seems strange, but we're happy to be back and we're motivated for sure.
Congratulations on the win. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Michael, Joey, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. A great interview with Coach Meredith Fear, whose team will be playing tomorrow against the winner of this match. And nothing's been decided yet here. 1 set apiece between the two. As we maybe some of the numbers from the second set, Michael.
Well, at one point, Arkansas Tech was hitting close to 400. 266 now, the overall hitting percentage. And Southern Nazarene climbing. They're at 240, so that was really the big difference in that second set as Southern Nazarene hit 282 and Arkansas Tech hit only 161. Look at the difference there, 389 to 161 from one set to the second. Individually, they're led by Hunter Eschner with 9 kills with 1 attack error, and Bailey Terang leads Southern Nazarene with 8. 13 digs from Elise Berlin, several of those coming down the stretch of that second set. 10 digs for Meredith Darnell, 25 assists for Amanda Milnick for Arkansas Tech, and 22 assists for Kylie Smith.
Well, you saw some of the Harding players dancing, celebrating during this song. We have music from all decades here.
That's right, we do.
Back of the Ozarks Arena. Each team having something to celebrate on the court with just one set, but you know, Michael, for just the 13th time this season, Arkansas Tech dropped a set. 24 sweeps the Golden Suns have had. 9 times that they've been dinged, if you will, at least over the course. They won 6 matches 3-1, and 3 of them 3-2. And by the way, those 3-2 matches, those 2 of the last 3 that they played coming into tonight's contest.
Well, and one of the other matchups where they lost the set was against Southern Nazarene. So they took down Southern Nazarene in the regular season 3-1.
Tech gets the first point here in the third set. Spray coming away with that. And Nagel credited with the assist. Milnick now to Eschner, and the defense holds. Off the hands a little awkwardly of McKenna Hunter, and Tech will go up now 2-0. And the ball looked like on the court again, so.
Actually, I think they're wiping up a wet spot there on the floor.
Madison Nagel patiently waiting to serve now. Her team up 2-0. A block that time for Tech, and that's the 5th of the night for the Golden Suns.
Joey, this is fairly identical to the way they played in the regular season. Tech won the first set on October the 20th, 25-19. Here it was 25-18. And then Southern Nazarene got the second set 25-20. Here it was 25-21. So then Tech took control. They won 25-18 and 25-14. See if they end up doing that here in this one.
First serve now for Southern Nazarene here in this third set, trailing 3-1. Terang credited with the kill. That will be a Tech point. Eschner setting up well outside the line as she intends to go cross court just about every time. Benner working with not a whole lot that time, puts it back into play to Spray, actually, and it'll be Milnick to send it across.
I'm impressed with Milnick. Obviously, everybody is player of the year, but strong left arm there right at the net.
Terang, 2 points here in the third set for Southern Nazarene, both of them coming off kills from Terang. Talk about individual honors, and we run those down because so many of them are Golden Suns. Player of the Year this year, Amanda Milnick, as well as the Freshman of the Year, Lexi Johnson. Setter of the Year, Amanda Milnick. Coach of the Year, Christy Beyer.
And there's another one right there where off of the receive, the ball kind of, what do? Do you try to set it to somebody? Do you go ahead and just knock it over yourself? And Milnick recognizing that the best play was just to take it herself.
Milnick along with Johnston there on defense. Valiant effort by Nagel that time, but another point for Southern Nazarene. Benner now will take a seat.
4th time Christy Byers been head coach of the year in the Great American Conference. Incredible, really. How about the wording of Coach Meredith Fear a moment ago? First time back in the championship, and she said since 2013, she said it's strange, actually, or unusual, and it is, as much as we talk about Harding. But when Paul asked the question, how was the team feeling, his back was actually to the team. He couldn't see them all standing up dancing, so I guess they're feeling pretty good at this point.
Feel loose after you've gotten, if you play in the first of the 2 semifinals and you're already in the championship, you feel a little more loose. You've done your business. Somebody else has to take care of theirs.
That's true. It's one of the anomalies, I guess, of being the top seed. You kind of get that prime time 5 o'clock first round matchup, but then you've got to start, you got to play the late game in the semifinals.
Now Terang with the service error gives it back to Tech. Golden Suns have doubled up Southern Nazarene here, 8-4 in the 3rd set. And add to that lead right there, Anderson with another kill. You know, Michael, you were talking about the previous time these two teams met in the 3rd and 4th sets, the Tech winning 18 and 14. Really has to shut down that Southern Nazarene offense. And you have to wonder what it takes then for a team against Tech. If you give all you have just to get set number 2, how much more do you have in the tank for sets 3 and 4?
Well, you know, that kind of was going to play into my point on if you have to play the late game and you got to come back for the championship the next day. The good teams, I don't think it matters that much. Southern Nazarene is a good team, but they've got a mountain to climb.
And we have a timeout. Southern Nazarene's going to take a break to think about climbing that mountain right now. We'll take one, too. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Kids fall in love with sports. Our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Back here in Hot Springs, looked like it might have been a service ace. The result, I think it may in fact be a Southern Nazarene point. A little bit of a question there. I thought that it might have dropped. In fact, it drops on the Arkansas Tech side. Coach Christy Meyer showing she's still active. Well, Millick's serve was nearly an ace coming back. Southern Nazarene gets the point out of the timeout, which is exactly what you need, and get a second point as well. Ellis with the kill.
Gesundheit. I mean, good kill.
Ellis, this time on the assist, that was Milnick. And Tech coming back with the point.
I'm not surprised with the way Tech has come out in this 3rd set. Again, they had very few 3-2 matches, very few 3-1 matches. So Again, it is setting up very similarly to the regular season matchup against the Crimson Storm.
Well, that one just made it inside the line. McKenna Hunter gets the kill. Her third on the evening. She's hitting 154. She's had a few chances tonight, and that one falls for her. That one goes out, and Spray will get credit for the kill there. Tabitha Spray now with her 11th of the evening, matching Hunter Eschner. That was a pretty fair job that time by Darnell to get over. Really know where to go once she was able to put it back into play. So Southern Nazarene staying close. Megan Ellis, after having her previous attempt blocked, gets the kill then. Different strategy that time by Eschner, slows it down. And that one went just wide. That one didn't hit our computers over here this time. Glad about that.
No, but you couldn't be a goalkeeper for Central Missouri.
I would no.
That one
I
got
don't think
past
that's
you.
The case. Yes.
Central Missouri played one of our GAC teams, Southwestern, today in the Sweet 16 of the Division II playoffs. We were keeping up with that earlier.
Great season for Southwestern, though. As
Absolutely.
Tabitha Spray gets the service ace. And now there is a challenge on that, so did that stay in as a service ace? We'll get a chance to talk, to look at that. Michael, you mentioned, by the way, Southwestern, the women's soccer champion in the GAC, regular season champion, won the tournament championship as well. Alimata Rabo, who was the leading goal scorer in the nation.
Wow.
That's, you know, at least you know you have a chance. If you're going up against a team that has given up only 3 goals all season long, 22-0 and #1 in the country, if you have the leading goal scorer in the nation on your team, at least you know you go in having a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt. Those two had played each other in the first game of the regular season, but Central Missouri is the #1 team in the country in women's soccer.
Well, maybe a challenge to get this an angle on this one.
Hey, if we're going to end up talking about Division II soccer during the challenges, we might need to start D2 for you, a new segment or something. I don't know.
Well, the call on the court was that the ball was in and that it was a service ace. And it looks like that the evidence was inconclusive. And so it will stay with Arkansas Tech. The official call stands as it was ruled. And our camera folks doing a fantastic job here tonight. GAC Sports Network crew doing great work. Point for Arkansas Tech, and they're able to build this up into something a little more, excuse me. Southern Nazarene, that one goes a little wide.
Yeah, for Eschner, she's made 2 errors now, and it drops that hitting percentage to .375. Still putting together a solid match, but the last several have missed for Eschner and Spray.
You know, in talking with both these coaches, I alluded to this a little bit earlier. Both coaches really going long for that one. Milnick eventually keeps it in play. Great job on the save that time for Arkansas Tech as Drevenot came through for it. Berlin now, who's used to doing things like that for Southern Nazarene, sets it up, and Berlin once again keeps it in play. Drevenot the other direction. She's had 2 already in this volley.
15th dig for Berlin. Seems like more than that so far in the match. I don't know if that ever went over the net.
It did not. Point Southern Nazarene. Okay, we have a challenge now from Arkansas Tech. Pace of the game slows down just a little bit, Michael, and then we'll get to the point there. Both of these coaches said that, you know what, a lot of the strategy that we have for tonight is similar to what it was last night. You know, Arkansas Tech knows that it has a strong offense. They want to play off that. They want to keep the opponents out of the rhythm. Southern Nazarene wants to play with an aggressive serve, to play solid defense, and see if it can do anything to get the Tech out of its rhythm.
No, absolutely. Coach Byer thinking that maybe there was contact there on the second effort there. So we'll see if there was contact from Southern Nazarene. That would have reset it for Tech. Yeah, it looks like it. It looked like it was pretty obvious there that Southern Nazarene did touch it. So instead of the 4 hits, play could have continued on. They're going to have to replay this. As we know, we never came to a conclusion.
Yeah, since we did not conclude the rally. If that is the call.
The referees right here beside us to help us along the way. I may have learned more from them in the last couple of days and the last few years. But so we're going to have the replay here in just a second.
We await the official word. That's the Michael Westbrook word.
Actually, yeah, got it from Moose here.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yep.
All right. Has Troy Mitchell said it yet?
No, I took it. I just went ahead because the players weren't over there by us, and tried to, wait for Troy earlier when the players were closer to us. But when they're farther away, that'll be all right.
So this means now no point to either side. As Michael mentioned, we're going to replay this since the rally did not conclude.
Yes, our referee Moose from Minnesota, by the way.
That's right. And Tech will now get the point.
Not a lot of drama here in this third set, and it's been, pretty solid dominating performance in the third set by Tech.
Another great dig. And how about the defense? Block Southern Nazarene, Terang, and Thomas.
Yeah, that's a great job by the Crimson Storm. Couple of efforts that time from Milnick.
With Harding getting through in just 3 sets, whichever team comes out of this one is going to have at least 4 sets under the belt today. And hard fought 4 sets at that. And it could go 5. We saw this at a couple of years ago, Michael, as I believe it was Southwestern that had made the run. I believe it was in 2015 when Southwestern had played. Did not have to face Arkansas Tech in the semifinal because Southern Arkansas had taken out Tech, and so this one's touched point Southern Nazarene. Michael, the point in that is that when Southern Arkansas defeated Tech in that first round match, I mean, it was 5 sets. It was a hard-fought 5 sets. And coming into the semifinals, I think that we thought, well, maybe the Mule Riders don't have as much because they spent it all the night before.
That's right.
And, that's something that goes into play here. And I would say also, even within this match itself, as much effort as Southern Nazarene's put into second set, how much is left. This is a good team. It's a young team, though.
Yeah, I would think that's probably the recurring theme among Arkansas Tech's opponents this year. Yeah, you get in there, you take 1 set, you claw back, tied up at 1, but then you just run out of steam at that point. Again, I don't think we can say enough about Amanda Milnick, the setter, but at any moment she can turn the game with a kill of her own. She's 3rd in attack percentage at .346, but then what she does with those type of passes right there, I know they didn't get the point there, but she's just so dynamic. It's something that we really haven't seen. It's pretty unique.
I think one of the the most interesting things about that. And we saw this actually in a previous point. And Tech keeps this alive miraculously.
For a moment.
And so this, was it touched? And Nagel says, Coach may have touched it. So point for Southern Nazarene. I think one of the interesting things here for Arkansas Tech is if Milnick's not there to set it, Madison Nagel can.
Right, yeah.
That's what she did for a number of years, and she's been moved over to the libero.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's just another angle to this team. A player who's multifaceted can do more than one job out on the court at any time.
Smith, great set that time. Benner and Ellis go high, but it goes out. Excuse me, Hunter and Ellis.
Yeah, hadn't been enough of McKenna Hunter tonight, just 3 kills, and Coach Ingram takes a timeout.
Another timeout as Southern Nazarene will find themselves down by 7, and we have an opportunity then to look ahead and go, you know what, tomorrow it's going to be a final match here, as it will be on the GAC Sports Network as well. 2 o'clock the start time for tomorrow's championship, the 7th championship in GAC volleyball history. We know Harding will be there, who will be the opponent. Right now it's tied at 1 set apiece. Tech up 20-13 here in this crucial 3rd set.
And Harding and Arkansas Tech, of course, played each other several times in the finals. 2011, when it was hosted in Russellville, Arkansas Tech won that one over Harding in 5 sets. 2012, it was hosted in Searcy. Harding won that one in 4 sets. They played each other again in the finals in 2013, and Tech won in straight sets. They met up against each other in the semifinals in 2014. But if Tech could hold on and win this one, it would be the 4th finals matchup in 7 years between those two teams.
Meanwhile, Southern Nazarene trying to make it back to the championship for the 3rd time as members of the GAC, having lost in the finals and then winning again last year, just sweeping their way through. Defending tournament champions and former tournament champions on the court right now here in our 2nd semifinal. Hunter sends that one home. Southern Nazarene trails by just 6 now.
Yeah, so right before the timeout, I was talking about Hunter, just 3 kills. That's her 4th. Hitting percentage right at 200 now, and she was a big part of yesterday's win. Have to get her a little more involved, perhaps.
Well, there you go, Michael. 100 involved. Just give it right to her.
That was pretty easy.
That was it. The defense not there for that. Pass goes a little high, and Hunter just sends that one down quickly. Back-to-back kills. Tabitha Spray makes it 21-15 now. Spray leading the way in kills for Tech now with 13. And for Amanda Milnick, 37 assists on the evening. Fantastic dig by Darnell. Another opportunity, and this time took the gas off just a little bit, and Ellis sends that in.
That was a great play by Darnell. She's had her work cut out for her there on the back row and able to get that one across, but Southern Nazarene stayed with it.
Wow. Testament to how hard that was hit as to how far it went back.
You see the reaction
Benner
of
just
Benner.
can't believe it.
Yeah, I think she was pretty surprised, Berlin. It's rare to see a team smile that much when you lose a point, but they were just kind of shocked it went that far, I think.
And that one stays in on the other side, so Tech with back-to-back points.
Milnick and Johnson that time.
Johnston. Wow, it's a point as Tabitha Spray gets lucky there. And the net works to her favor. For Lexi Johnston, I was going to say that is her third block of the evening. She and Greer Rogers each have 3 blocks tonight. Set point.
Great job by Darnell.
And Terrain will get credit for that kill.
And Darnell's got to be sitting there the last couple times. Hey, I've made these great plays. We haven't been able to finish off the point.
Set point once again. Berlin, senior. Milnick sets Eschner, and she will send this one through. And set number 3 goes to Arkansas Tech. The Golden Suns up 2-1 now over Southern Nazarene. 4th set on the way. We'll be back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
No, please, please, oh!
The running of the Bold Dogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Back here in the Bank of the Ozarks Arena for set number 4 as Arkansas Tech took the third set 25-17. And Michael, numbers that stand out to you, I know there are a couple of them that stand out to me, but really from that third set, Tech stepped it up, and they're a very efficient team.
Well, they are. A big one is the fact that they went from hitting 163 in set 2 all the way up to 481 in the third set. I mean, that's hard to stop right there. They've got 6 total team blocks, 4 for Southern Nazarene, starting to make it happen at the net as well. Hunter Eschner hitting 423, Tabitha Spray 579. Bailey Terang has put together a great game for the Crimson Storm. 12 kills, she's hitting 385, 3 digs and 3 blocks.
And Kylie Smith also with a pretty fair game herself as she's set to serve to get the 4th set started. Kylie Smith with 32 assists. As trying to get another one right there. She has 32 assists, 2 kills, and 9 digs. Likely to have a double-double at least before this night's over with. Milnick sets behind her, and the block gives Southern Nazarene a point. First point in the fourth set going to the Crimson Storm.
A little excitement there from Ellis.
Here's Smith again.
Esther, I think, is going to have to go back to the hard swing. She's tried to drop a few in after picking up some early points going cross court. And Southern Nazarene's been ready for those dump offs that she's tried to do there as of late.
You talk about a little excitement for Southern Nazarene. Is that one in? I think emotion favors the Storm. Playing off the excitement and the celebration from the players on the bench and just getting a little bit on their own. You can build on that.
Hey, they've got nothing to lose, right? I mean, they've already upset one team. They were the 5 seed coming in, so they've already taken down a higher seed, defeating Northwestern yesterday in 4 sets.
Ellis serve, and Berlin keeps it in play. Benner sends that wide. You know, talk about a team that's been peaking at the right time in the last 2 or 3 weeks of Southern Nazarene playing well. I think it warrants notice that, you know, getting Benner and putting her in a position that's a little bit different for her. She's not the only one playing a different position this year. Elise Berlin has been the setter. She comes in and she really fills that role that Abby Bell took in previous years. She's moved over. She's played as libero this year, and allowing for Smith to be the setter. And on top of that, Michael, I mean, Smith just a sophomore, so that helps Coach Ingram develop some strength in that position for another couple of years.
Yeah, that's right. How often do we see 2 teams in the semifinals who the year before, a new libero this year that played a different position
Exactly.
last year? Now, normally, see what they can do here on this.
Drevenach has done it once. She couldn't quite do it twice.
Especially in a sport like volleyball, the players stay around till graduation, so normally it's just because of graduation when you replace a player. But shifting from both head coaches, trying to find a different combination.
Thomas pushed that one a little bit. Southern Nazarene looked like they might get the point out of it after all. And Terang, they're staying with it here. Tech ultimately getting the point there, almost on a mishit.
Yeah, almost. I mean, it just, gosh, you're right. They just stayed with it. Every time at the net, just do something, make some sort of contact with it, get it up in the air, give yourself a chance, and that's what Tech did on that point.
Hannah Davis checking in now for the Crimson Storm as Melnick will serve.
Well, when it hits the official.
Well, he said it was, I think he initially said that somebody hit it as he had his hand on the flag, and then he took it off and said, it hit me. Point goes to Southern Nazarene as I think it's just his initial thought that
right.
The line judge trying to get out of the way.
Absolutely.
Southern Nazarene with another point now. That one hits the antenna. Tech stops a little mini run by Southern Nazarene there.
Yeah, the only saving grace there for Arkansas Tech is the fact that the ball almost went to the roof because they had a player down. The serve receive was out of position a little bit there just in defense, and so they gave them time to regain their composure by the time the ball came down.
The net gives a favorable bounce to Tech. Sets up Spray. Nice dig by Davis. Davis once again. Praying from deep.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? Look, there's Esther trying to go across court again. I should have let that one go.
Spray tries to take a little bit off that one, takes too much. And Southern Nazarene with a 2-point advantage here, trying to take set 4. You know, I think it's federally mandated that we say in a 1-1 tie that set number 3 is pivotal. So the pivotal set 3 went to Arkansas Tech.
There you go.
Southern Nazarene trying to even things up. I've done duty for my country.
I knew you knew we were in set 4. I was wondering how you were going to backtrack to that. We missed it during the third set, I guess.
That's true. Tech getting the point there. I called it crucial, and I received a memo it's supposed to be pivotal.
That's right.
Well, Davis looking to set someone there, and Ellis not ready for the set.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Davis is saying it's her fault.
7 up. Stays in, and Storm keeping the momentum.
8th kill for McKenna Hunter.
You know, the other part of the strategy for Southern Nazarene, at least part of what they'd like to do, is keep Tech out of system. I think here in the 4th set that they've done that well. The aggressive play, constantly Tech on its heels. And Ellis, a great job. Tech gets it back. Now Hunter. Momentum favoring the Storm.
Well,
strong wind blowing from Bethany tonight here in the 4th set.
Well, it is. I think you're right. I think they're playing on their heels a little bit. Let's see the next couple of points how this works out for Tech. They've got Darnell in the back row. Good decision there. Also their libero on the back row. So, you know, that's kind of a strong suit for them to have those two back there.
Well, you get Johnston now and Eschner on the front line. See what they can do with that. I guess we'll see what the Storm does with that.
Hunter and Ellis, look at this, right in the middle. Stayed with the freshman of the year. Got the block.
Sure did. Another block for the Storm in set 4. So the Nazarene stays up by 2.
They're making sure to serve to Eschner as much as they can. Wow.
What a reaction. Southern Nazarene building on this momentum. Timeout, Christy Byer. Timeout, Tech. Storm on top by 3. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
When I set out to explore my future, I encountered many paths. I looked for a university that would prepare me for a successful career. A place to get rooted in an actively involved community. And find friends who would help shape my future. The decision was clear. Arkansas Tech University, the natural choice.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
it's not going to be that long till we are in Bartlesville. It's just more than 4 months away. Lots to be done in the meantime, though, and we have a great one taking place in front of us tonight here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Bank of the Ozarks Arena, Southern Nazarene with the momentum here in set number 4 against the number 8 team in the country. The serve by number 8, the kill by number 8. This broadcast brought to you by the number 8 and the letters G, A, and C.
I mean, it's such a powerful swing, though. The jump straight up in there, that big wind up. It's impressive.
A couple of quick points for Arkansas Tech coming out of the timeout.
Absolutely, and this is a big spot in the game for both teams. It's a pivotal, crucial moment in a close game.
Clean things up over there on what is to us the far side of the court.
Let's go, Storm. Let's go, Storm. Let's go, Hunter.
Tech fans on hand here tonight in the Bank of the Ozark Arena. Some Southern Nazarene fans as well on this Friday evening. And a little confusion on the far side of the court. Wasn't sure whether to take it or not. Players over there, they decide to let it drop, and it drops in.
Boy, the Bermuda Triangle has 3 points. That was the Bermuda Square. I mean, goodness, there were at least 4 players right around that. Nobody knew who was going to come up with it. Nobody did.
Well, the 3-point advantage for Southern Nazarene has evaporated.
Good job by Berlin.
Now, just like that, Tech on top.
Coach Ingram's thinking about a timeout, I think. We'll see what he decides to do. Well, maybe just the delay tactic to wipe up the sweat again.
They're going to have an opportunity here. He gets to visit with Megan Ellis for just a moment. I think it's too soon for a timeout.
I think
with the momentum change, I still think it's too soon for a timeout for Southern Nazarene.
Yeah, I think he does too. I think that's why you've seen the towel out on the court. 2 of the last 3 points. That's their tactic to slow it down. And now, I don't know.
Now it may not be. So Arkansas Tech with 5 consecutive points coming out of its timeout causes Coach Kevin Ingram to decide to take a stop to play himself.
Well, hey, you mentioned basketball is underway. Great American Conference action started on Thursday night. Tomorrow, be some more basketball for you. The Southern Nazarene basketball team will take on Arkansas Monticello, and meanwhile Arkansas Tech is on the road in Durant to take on Southeastern. So busy time of the year for the Sports Information Office, and lots of other folks involved in college athletics. And I mean, might as well run down the rest of them for you if you want me to. Harding at East Central, Washita at Northwestern, Southern Arkansas at Oklahoma Baptist, and Henderson State at Southwestern. So that time of year, and it's a fun time of year in November.
It most definitely is. I actually had stepped outside the arena last night and got in the car, listening to the Henderson State broadcast as the Reddies were in Alva taking on Northwestern. Got to listen to a little of the action, the women's basketball game. Northwestern winning that one. Close one. I think that was a 1-point victory for Northwestern's women last night to get their GAC schedule open.
You guys are going to have to do without me tomorrow as well, but I know you and Paul will do a great job, and Washita Stormy Leonard is going to come up as well and help out with the broadcast.
That's right. Looking forward to visiting with her. She's fresh off the court. And a fantastic block. Johnston in on that one, as well as, I believe that was Milnick over there.
Well, we're going to take a look at it again and find out.
Indeed.
Yep. You'll make sure and ask Stormy a question for me tomorrow. I want to know if Corey Bullard got on the bus and made it out to Northwestern in time for tomorrow's matchup. The volleyball and basketball player for Washita.
Great dig. Nagel, another good dig. Tech. Hunter gets the point. Just stayed with it for Southern Nazarene. Are you kidding me? Stormy Leonard. I mean, not Stormy Leonard, but
Bullard.
Corey Bullard.
Yeah.
You know, if she got on the bus, she plays volleyball, she plays basketball. She drives the bus, too, Michael. I mean, sells popcorn in the stands. Well, no one there as Ellis fell to the court. Smith couldn't get a good look. And the shot went past her, 15-12.
Yeah, that one fell apart for Southern Nazarene for sure. Left it wide open, protect to capitalize.
Good job by Escher on the dig to keep that alive. And then Benner has to change her mind with how she's going to go about it. Point Arkansas Tech. Greer Rogers with another kill.
You see Thomas and Benner on the front line now for Southern Nazarene.
Rogers, with her kills, has finally matched the number of blocks she already has on the evening.
Wow.
3 apiece.
Terang hitting the antenna there, so Tech's going to get the point, and for Bailey Terang, her 5th attacking error.
Well, Coach Ingram takes his second time out here to try to slow things down just a little more. Tech has come alive here in set number 4. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network. Southern Nazarene, see how they do coming out of this timeout as it slowed things down. Bailey Terang hasn't slowed down since she came in the building. And that one may have found its way. That one may still be going on. Jonesboro?
Yeah, that would be quite a ways.
From Jonesboro will take that
there we
ball
go.
home today.
Well, she had made the attacking error right before the timeout, so comes back with a strong kill.
Milnick gives it to Rogers, and wow.
She fell.
Terang fell.
Oh, goodness.
And that has been cleaned up over there more than once, but it looks like that Terang found a slick spot. Little confusion. She looks up, and then decides she has to come back in for it, and it wasn't so much the slick spot as a change of direction.
Yeah, I don't know about the lights up there if that caused any problems for her, but like an outfielder, had to come back in on it at the last second.
That's a valid point, Michael, because the lights here in Hot Springs do seem to be a little bit brighter than they are in most gyms. It's the new LED lights, very good lights, but
don't look directly into them.
Yeah.
No kidding. I just made that mistake. Goodness. Ellis that time as Milnick gets it back across. Anderson tries to get it. Thomas blocked at the net.
Wonder if Liz Chrisman has to do any extra photography research going from regular lights to LED lights. She takes great pictures, that's for sure. Seen some great ones come across the website through the first day of the tournament already.
Ellis once again pushes that through. Now Milnick with time. Great job by Berlin on the dig.
Yeah, and Anderson was frustrated too when she saw that Southern Nazarene was going to be able to dig that one out.
Well, Terang sends that one to Monticello, and I'm telling you what, they're going to have to get a lot of new volleyballs tonight with what Terang's doing here.
Name-dropping surrounding cities is my gimmick, Joey.
Sorry.
I told him that. I told him that on the first day, and here he is with you on headset.
You were on headset, so I figured I had your approval.
I told him not to take your line.
You were more than welcome.
I tried to look out for you.
That one stays in, so the Nazarene with the point.
Joey and I, we got another gig tonight. We're going to be hosting the high school scoreboard show for in Arkansas. So he's working on his Arkansas town names is what he was doing. It's a multitasking. He was practicing at the same time.
That is good show prep there, Joey.
There you go. But I think Jonesboro and Monticello are both out, so.
Yeah, that is true. Well, point this time to Arkansas Tech as Spray gets over there. The defense in place, but Spray off the arms of the Storm defenders and out of bounds. So Tech now 5 points away with a 5-point advantage. Nice dig that time by Davis. Spray again. Same result.
Tech starting to pull away here. The math favors them, needing just the 4 points.
Serve receive keeps things in play. Davis just to send it over. All that does is set Tech. Spray again and again. Same result. 3 consecutive kills for Tabitha Spray.
That's Terang.
Redshirt freshman from Denton Geyer High School.
She tried to track that one down. At this point, if you're Southern Nazarene, just keep the ball in play. Don't try to do too much. See if you can limit the mistakes and force the Golden Suns to make some mistakes, but it'll be hard to do so.
That one sent wide. Arkansas Tech 2 points for making a return trip for the first time in a little while to the championship match.
Yeah, how about that? How about that? For all the talk about Harding and Arkansas Tech, neither one of them have been in the finals the last 2 seasons. So Tech most recently there, winning the 2014 tournament. Harding last there in 2013. We've got a challenge here.
This slows down play just for a moment here.
Challenging a net call here, Joey.
Guess you don't want to take any of your challenges to the house.
Well, yeah, that, 23-16 if you challenge and win and sitting there at match point. So
looking at the Tech defenders here. Now the ball hit the net. Player's arms over the net. Looked like the contact didn't happen until, I think there may have been a knee in the net.
Of course, McKenna Hunter gets credit for the kill right now, so.
It's a lower part of the net if there's contact made on the way down. And if you watch it if they continue on through, you watch it happens, underneath. So the call is upheld, and Southern Nazarene gets the point. Serving now. And Smith puts it in the net. So match point for Arkansas Tech. Spray with 17 kills in the serve now. And it's not going to be Tech just yet. McKenna Hunter with the kill. Substitution now. Spray goes out. It'll bring Drevenot back in.
Been impressed with the way McKenna Hunter has played today. 13 kills, hits .462 at this point.
Nearly a service ace for Ellis, and Nagel has to just send it on over. Smith with the long set. Terang. Great dig. Johnston. Smith puts it back over. Eschler in for the kill and match point. Arkansas Tech defeats Southern Nazarene in 4 sets tonight. Well, it's been a collision course that has been forecast since the start of the tournament. It's Arkansas Tech, it's Harding in the finals together for the first time since 2013. And a fantastic night tonight for the freshman Tabitha Spray, 17 kills. She hit .444 on the evening as we send it to Paul Smith to wrap things up for the Bank of the Ozarks Arena.
Thank you, Joey. The championship final is set at 2 p.m. tomorrow. It will be the top 2 seeds in the Great American Conference. Second seed Harding, top seed Arkansas Tech, meeting for the Great American Conference Championship for the 4th time. We've had an outstanding 2 days of volleyball here thus far, 6 matches in. We've got 1 more to go. As they alluded to earlier, it'll be Joey, Stormy, and myself tomorrow. For Michael Westbrook and Joey McWilliams, I'm Paul Smith. Good night, everybody.